I'm Caleb Ward, and I'm presenting on non-governmental organizations' roles in disaster. What is a non-governmental organization? A non-governmental organization, or NGO for short, is a nonprofit group that functions independently of any government. They play a major role in international development, aid, as well as philanthropy. NGOs are nonprofit by definition, but may run budgets of millions or up to billions of dollars each year. That being said, they rely on a variety of funding sources from private donations as well as memberships due to government contributions. Next is the role of NGOs. In the pre-disaster, they want to spread awareness, begin safety preparations, collect the resources that are necessary, and organize potential needs that might need to be met. During the disaster, they want to allocate resources as well as direct help where they need to go and pass out food and water. Post-disaster, the organizations help the victims return to as much of a sense of normal as possible, provide short-term relief after the government moves out, and help provide emotional support to victims. Next is a couple examples of disaster relief organizations and what they do. There are many NGOs that respond to disaster events in order to provide relief. Some examples of those organizations and what they do are American Red Cross. They provide meals, shelter, supplies, and medical aid for victims in need. The World Vision. They provide short-term emergency relief such as food, shelter, and medical care. They also provide long-term sustainable community development, focusing on helping communities meet the needs that its members identify. Next is All Hands Volunteers. They address the immediate and long-term needs of communities impacted by natural disasters by engaging volunteers, partner organizations, as well as local communities. And finally is Direct Relief International. They work in the U.S. and internationally to equip doctors and nurses with life-saving and medical resources to care for the world's most vulnerable people. Examples of NGO and disaster relief. In the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, there were many people that needed help, and the Red Cross was one of the bigger names that stepped in and helped. They provided nearly 1,400 evacuation shelters in 27 states, 3.8 million overnight shelter stays, more than 90 kitchens were set up to serve 68 million meals, over 244,000 disaster workers were dispatched. 95% of them were volunteers. Thank you for your time. This has been my presentation on non-governmental organizations' roles in disaster.